Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WWE 2K24 Universe Mode series. I'm your average Joe and we're back with Friday Night Smackdown, and we're starting off with Alba Fire making her way out here, and I believe she has some words for the WWE Universe. So last week Liv Morgan set out the challenge for Alba Fire. Liv Morgan wants to face Alba Fire at Extreme Rules inside, or not inside, in a ambulance match. So we're going to see it. I'm guessing we're going to see what Alba Fire's response is here tonight. Is she going to accept the challenge for that ambulance match against Liv Morgan? We're about to find out. Let's see what Alba Fire has to say. Well. Look who decided to crawl out from whatever rock she was hiding under. Liv Morgan, you've got some guts, I'll give you that. But guts alone won't save you for what I'm about to unleash upon you. You see, Liv, you made a grave mistake when you decided to step into my world. You thought you could just waltz back in here after I put you down? Like the pathetic little insect you are? Oh no, sweetheart. It doesn't work like that. You want an ambulance match at Extreme Rules? You want to make me feel the same pain you felt? Ha! You're in for a rude awakening, Liv. Because when I'm done with you, you won't just feel pain. You'll beg for mercy. You'll beg for that ambulance to come and take you away. Because you won't be able to stand on your own 2 feet. Liv, you may think you're ready for what's coming, but trust me, you're not. You've unleashed something that you can't control, something you can't comprehend, and at Extreme Rules, I'm going to show you why they call me Alba Fire, because I'll leave you scorched, broken, and begging for forgiveness. So, moving on with the show, and we just got the response from Alba Fire, so she's accepting the challenge set out by Liv Morgan for that ambulance match at Extreme Rules. But as for now, we have the WWE Women's Champion in action for the first time in this Universe Mode series. Iyo Sky about to have some singles action. She knows her challenger at Extreme Rules, so it will be Bianca Belair. We're yet to really find out much about what's going to actually happen in that match, what the stipulation will be, and all of that kind of stuff. But Iyo Sky looking to show the WWE Universe exactly what she's all about here tonight. Her first appearance in this Universe Mode. So Iyo Sky with her first entrance into this Universe Mode. But someone that we're growing familiar with, Liv Morgan. Now this is a big opportunity for Liv Morgan. The crowd really behind her. She obviously returned a few weeks back now. Attacked Alba Fire with a bit of a revenge attack, and then set out that challenge for Alba Fire for an ambulance match at Extreme Rules. And we found out earlier on tonight, that Alba Fire has accepted that challenge. So Liv Morgan, you've got to think, if she's successful here tonight, then she could potentially become the #1 contender for the WWE Women's Championship. But the question is, will Alba Fire be lurking in the shadows? Well, we're about to find out. Singles action underway between the WWE Women's Champion and Liv Morgan as they lock up straight away, and Liv Morgan looking to take the fight to the current champion. And Liv Morgan now, off the springboard into the bulldog, driving Iyo Sky face first into the canvas. Well, Liv Morgan is not messing about here. She's really looking to take down the Women's Champion. Liv Morgan heading up to the top rope. And a big splash to the Women's Champion. Iyo Sky could be in a bit of trouble here tonight, because Liv Morgan does have a bit of fire lit under her since that attack by Alba Fire during the WWE draft. Liv went for a submission, but maybe a bit early to put Iyo Sky away and make her tap out. So Iyo Sky now looking to Put the foot on the gas. And into a German suplex. Iyo Sky, not just the genius of the sky. She's able to throw her opponents around, as we just saw, and she's got some words there for Liv Morgan. Iyo Sky obviously a part of Damage Control, and Iyo Sky now, oh my goodness, ended up going over the top of Liv Morgan. Liv was able to make her way into the ring and make Iyo Sky crash and burn to the outside. Iyo Sky had already committed onto that top rope, so I guess the momentum must have just taken her. And Liv Morgan is really putting out an aggressive attack right now, and she's got some words for Iyo Sky as well, telling Iyo Sky she's not going to be champion for very long. So maybe Liv Morgan has her eyes on that WWE Women's Championship. But as we've said, Alba Fire is probably lurking in the shadows, so Liv Morgan always has to keep one eye over her shoulder. Oh, and Iyo Sky with a quick attack there, not allowing Liv Morgan a second of space. Now Iyo Sky bringing Liv Morgan up. And then into a German suplex. I wasn't sure where she was going with that, but Liv Morgan straight back to her feet. Back on the attack again, a shoulder tackle. Takes down the women's champion and then a stomp to the midsection. Into the cover now, Liv Morgan. No, just a one count. It's going to take a lot more than that to keep down our WWE Women's Champion. And driving her face first into the canvas again. It seems to be a new side of Liv Morgan that we haven't really seen before. She's keeping her foot on the gas. And she's waving at the Women's Champion now. Possibly sending a message for Iyo Sky to wave goodbye to that Women's Championship. Iyo Sky does have to face the EST of the WWE at Extreme Rules. It's going to be one hell of a matchup for her, one hell of a challenge. Liv Morgan deciding against going to the top rope. Well, now back into it and off the springboard, hitting the drop kick. But the EST of the WWE has had a bit of a roller coaster ride in her start to Universe mode. In singles action, she's been fairly impressive, but in tag team action, not so much. But Liv Morgan now was lining up Iyo Sky, and that may be a missed opportunity for Liv to possibly get the victory. A drop kick to the knee takes Liv Morgan down to the mat, and then a drop kick to the spine to follow. Iyo Sky, the women's champion, could maybe be looking to end things here. Iyo Sky has it locked in. Could Liv Morgan be about to tap out? No, Liv Morgan able to get the elbow. The elbow strike in on Iyo Sky. Oh, and Iyo Sky now kicks up. Now taking Liv Morgan into the corner, driving her face first. Some big kicks to the midsection. Now Iyo Sky with a boot to the head. And Iyo Sky now in a Hurricane Rana. Now into the cover, the women's champion for the victory. A 2 count, and oh my goodness, I thought that was it. Liv Morgan gets the shoulder up at probably 2 and 9/10. But Iyo Sky, now the genius of the sky, is going to go flying through the top and middle rope. Flying to the outside, taking out Liv Morgan this time. She crashed and burned earlier, but this time much more successful and driving the knees into the midsection again. Now Liv Morgan, a huge knee strike, just takes her out on the outside. But I think this one must be almost over. These two have been brutalizing each other. Liv Morgan straight back to her feet though. Not allowing Iyo Sky any space, but Iyo Sky into the cover. She could be about to win this one. The Hurricane Rana off the top rope. No! Liv Morgan kicks out once again. Liv Morgan showing that resiliency. Iyo Sky quickly up to that top rope and over the moonsault. Iyo Sky for the victory. You've got to think this one must be all over. Liv Morgan, oh my goodness. She gets the shoulder up again. Liv Morgan showing that resiliency that she was talking about, that she's going to be bringing two Extreme Rules in that ambulance match. Alba Fire, I hope you're watching, because Liv Morgan is showing that she will not stay down. And that's a key part of the ambulance match. Liv Morgan able to turn things around again. Liv Morgan now sending Iyo Sky down to the canvas and into the cover. Could Liv Morgan have turned this around possibly into a 2 count? And the women's champion gets the shoulder up. What a match this is so far. Now Liv Morgan went for a clothesline, but into a crossface. Iyo Sky for the victory. Could she be about to make Liv Morgan tap out? No, Liv Morgan gets out of it. Manages to slip away, and Liv Morgan showing her athleticism here. Oh my word, look at this. Liv Morgan really has become a new person. Playing up to the crowd as well. She knows she has the crowd behind her, and Iyo Sky back to her feet very quickly. Sends Liv Morgan into the second rope, and a 619 delivered by Iyo Sky. Now Iyo Sky up to the top rope, and then a drop kick takes Liv Morgan down. Liv Morgan is in big trouble right now. Possibly another over the moonsault. If this one hits, which it does, you got to think surely Liv Morgan doesn't have any more. I wouldn't be surprised though. No, the women's champion is victorious. The crowd wanted it one more time, but Iyo Sky and Liv Morgan, what a performance. Oh, the number one contender, the EST of the WWE, is right there behind the women's champion, just sending a message. So these two will go face to face at Extreme Rules. We're unsure what type of matchup it will be. At the moment it seems like it's just going to be a normal one-on-one match, but we're yet to find out whether there will be some kind of stipulation. Will the EST be the new women's champion, or can Iyo Sky retain her title? Okay, so moving on with the show, and we have the one and only, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion, about to make his way out here and grace us with his presence here on Friday Night Smackdown. We've only seen him once during this Universe Mode series, and that was when he successfully defended his Universal Championship at Money in the Bank in London against Cody Rhodes. But the biggest question mark over that match was Jey Uso. Jey Uso interfered and cost Cody Rhodes the Universal Championship. Now, Roman Reigns is out here, clearly not in his ring gear, so he has some words for the WWE Universe here. So I wonder what he's going to say. I wonder if he had anything to do with the fact that Jey Uso interfered with his Universal Championship defense. Could Jey Uso be siding with the Bloodline once again? That's probably got to be the biggest question mark looming over all of this. Hold on a second, we're just heading backstage here. And in the car park, Logan Paul is approaching Austin Theory. Now there's been a bit of speculation in the recent weeks whether A-Town Down Under and Logan Paul are going to team up and form some sort of faction. I wonder what this discussion is all about. It seems like we've got the CCTV footage from the car park right now. It's a live feed. Well, it's just a brief conversation between the two. Austin Theory going back to the vending machine. I wonder what that's all about. So backstage we just saw an odd interaction between Austin Theory and Logan Paul. I wonder what that's all about. But back into the arena now, and Roman Reigns just entering the ring. As I said, he has some words for the universe, the WWE Universe, so let's see exactly what Roman Reigns has to say. WWE Universe, acknowledge me. Now, I know each and every one of you watched Money in the Bank. You witnessed what I did to Cody Rhodes, and let me tell you, it was no surprise. Because when you stand in this ring with the Tribal Chief, you're bound to meet your demise. But there was one individual who made sure that my victory was a success. One individual who understands what it means to stand by the side of the Tribal Chief. I'm talking about family, blood, loyalty, Jey Uso. Now, I know some of you may be wondering why Jey decided to insert himself into my business. Well, let me make one thing crystal clear. Jey didn't do it for me. No. Jey did it because he understands what it means to be a part of this family. The bloodline runs deep, and when one of us is threatened, we all rise to the occasion. And as for Cody Rhodes, well, I put him on the shelf where he belongs. Cody, you made a grave mistake crossing the path of the tribal chief. You stepped into my ring, you challenged my dominance, and you paid the price. But let me offer you a piece of advice, Cody. Learn from your mistakes, because next time there won't be anyone to save you from the consequences of your actions. So to Jey, I say thank you. Thank you for reminding everyone why we're at the top of the food chain. Thank you for proving that when you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. And thank you for solidifying my reign as the undisputed Universal Champion. Oh, it's Mr. Money in the Bank. It's LA Knight, the megastar, is here. Roman doesn't seem too pleased. Looks like LA Knight may have some words for us and for Roman. Let me talk to you. Well, look what we have here, folks. The big dog himself, Roman Reigns, basking in the glory of his little family reunion. But let's not forget the man of the hour, the man with the golden ticket. The one they call the megastar. Nah. They call me the megastar in the bank. Roman. You're out here talking about dominance, about how the bloodline runs deep, and sure, I'll give you credit where credit's due. You and your little cousin put on quite the show at Money in the Bank. But let's not forget who's holding the most valuable asset in all of WWE right now. That's right here, Roman. This briefcase that I hold, this is the ticket to immortality. This is the key to the kingdom. The golden opportunity that any wrestler worth their salt would give their left arm for. And guess who's got it? LA Knight. So, Roman, while you're busy patting yourself on the back and reminiscing about the good old days, just remember one thing. I'm lurking in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to cash in the briefcase and take what's rightfully mine. Because in this business, it's not about who's the biggest or the baddest. It's about who's smart enough to seize the moment. And LA Knight? Yeah. Well, LA Knight, I'm the smartest son of a gun in the whole damn company. So WWE Universe, tell them whose game this is. So the megastar LA Knight sending a clear message to Roman. You can't forget about Mr. Money in the Bank. Okay, so into our main event of the evening now. And we have the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. We haven't seen him for a good few weeks. I believe the last time we might have seen him may have even been the Money in the Bank ladder match. And I think before that, it would have been where he was unsuccessful in that gauntlet match to become the #1 contender for the undisputed Universal Championship. Now Drew McIntyre, I'm sure he'll be looking to turn his Universe Mode career around, because so far he's been unsuccessful. He's obviously lost 2 matches, although both those matches were multi-man matches, so they're both pretty tricky to be victorious in. But luckily for Drew tonight, he's in one-on-one action. However, I would say this, it's not going to be an easy challenge for him, because we know, based on Monday Night Raw, that there has been a superstar swap. So Stone Cold and Batista, the 2 general managers, coming to an agreement to swap a couple of superstars. Bron Breakker headed to the red brand, and Drew McIntyre's opponent here tonight, coming to Friday Night Smackdown. Let's get him out here. So, as we said, Bron Breakker was headed to the red brand, and the Viper, Randy Orton, coming back to the blue brand, heading to Friday Night Smackdown. We haven't seen much of Randy Orton in this Universe Mode either. So these two will be looking to possibly kickstart their careers. in Universe mode. Maybe even head towards the top. Both these guys are potentially world champions. Randy Orton, obviously a future Hall of Famer, a legend of the business. Once the legend killer, now the legend himself. Slowly making his way out here. Let's get into this action. Main event, singles action. The Viper in action against the Scottish Warrior. So the crowd seem to be delighted to see Randy Orton out here tonight. Drew McIntyre doesn't seem too pleased though. Randy Orton just preparing himself. And here we go, the bell rings and Drew McIntyre straight out of the gates. Looking to silence this crowd, and it pretty much seems like he has already. Into a suplex now to the Viper. We know Randy's had some issues with that lower back, so that could be potentially something that Drew McIntyre looks to target. And oh my word, almost threw Randy Orton out of the ring. Randy Orton though swiping the leg away from the Scottish Warrior. Now sending him into the ropes and a high elbow to follow. Randy Orton looking to really take the fight to the Scottish Warrior here. And a European uppercut to the back of the neck. Sending Drew down to the canvas. It's going to be one hell of a matchup, you can tell already. Two absolute greats in the business. At the top of their game. Randy Orton with a stomp to the chest of Drew McIntyre. Randy Orton listening to those voices in his head. Sending Drew McIntyre to the outside. I'm surprised he didn't go for a spiked DDT there, but Drew now a quick kip up and then follows Randy Orton back into the ring and almost took out the ref there. Now Randy Orton, a vintage Orton with a DDT, spiking Drew McIntyre's head into the canvas. He's going to wake up with a bit of a headache after that, I'm sure. Now just talking on the knee, twisting the knee of the Scottish Warrior, perhaps trying to take away that claymore from Drew McIntyre. Again, now working on the other leg is Randy Orton. And a knee down, an elbow down onto the knee of Drew McIntyre by Randy Orton. Just targeting those limbs. It's the Randy Orton that we've grown to know and love. Just taking out the legs of Drew McIntyre. Now into the cover here. Not even a 1 count. The Scottish Warrior has plenty of fight left in him. Randy Orton with a good performance so far. Into a power slam. Once again, that is vintage Orton. Now they lock up into the ropes again. No, he brings him back into a European uppercut. Sending Drew McIntyre down to the canvas. And now Randy Orton just stomping away at the limbs of the Scottish Warrior. Again, something that we've come to know and love of the Viper. But Randy Orton listening to those voices right now. Randy Orton could be closing in on his victory here. Into the RKO, but no! Drew McIntyre turns it around into a power slam. Drew McIntyre's not had much luck here. He had a quick start, but since that, it's been pretty much all Randy. Randy again able to turn things around. Drew McIntyre taking a bit of a breather here. Randy Orton headed to the top rope. We don't see this very often. Although we did see him fly off the top of a ladder during the Money in the Bank ladder match and takes out Drew McIntyre on the outside. But yeah, during that Money in the Bank ladder match, Randy Orton had an opportunity to win that briefcase, but instead he opted to deliver an elbow drop off the top of the ladder. And now these two meeting once again, because Drew McIntyre was also involved in that ladder match. He didn't come so close to being victorious though. Randy Orton possibly taking a count-out victory here. Drew McIntyre stirring at a count of 6, but Randy Orton looking to take the fight to the Scottish Warrior once again, but Drew McIntyre sends him into the ring post. Drew McIntyre now looking to take the fight to the Viper. Driving his knee into the concrete there on the outside. And Drew McIntyre heads back into the ring. And he's telling Randy Orton to follow him. Randy Orton does so. Drew McIntyre with Randy Orton on his shoulder, but Randy Orton with the reversal into a spike DDT once again. And now a bit of ground and pound from the Viper. Which one of these men are going to be victorious here and possibly kickstart their career in this universe mode? Drew McIntyre needs a victory, so does Randy Orton, to be honest. Oh my word, what's Drew McIntyre got planned here? Oh my word! Drew McIntyre into the cover. This one could be all over. No, just a 1 count. The Viper got plenty of fight left in him. And Randy Orton's smart to roll over to the ropes and use the ropes to get himself back up to his feet. But Drew McIntyre now targeting the knee of the Viper. And oh my goodness, Drew McIntyre straight into the Claymore out of absolutely nowhere. Usually it's the RKO out of nowhere, but Randy Orton with the shoulder up again. Drew McIntyre telling Randy to get himself back to his feet. This crowd absolutely loving this main event. The Glasgow Kiss, though, takes Randy off his feet. Randy could be in some big trouble. He's had a lot of offense in this match, but Drew McIntyre with a quick flurry of attacks, but Randy Orton gets the shoulder up again. Drew McIntyre, I'm sure he's probably growing a bit frustrated now. Oh, and Drew could have maybe been looking for the future shot DDT there, but Randy Orton able to get the reversal in, headed to the top rope again, but opted against it. Now Randy Orton sending Drew McIntyre back into the ring. And Randy Orton looked like he may have been going for that RKO, but Drew McIntyre was quicker to the punch. Now Drew McIntyre bringing Randy Orton up and then slamming him down into the canvas. Where's Drew McIntyre going? Heading to the top rope. We don't see this much from the big man. Delivering the elbow drop. Could this be it? Randy Orton in big trouble. Oh my word. Drew McIntyre. We don't see him heading to the top rope very often, but Drew McIntyre with a huge victory, sending a message to the entire locker room. Putting down the Viper, Randy Orton, on his first appearance on Friday Night Smackdown. Well, big victory for the Scottish Warrior.